about the power of the courts, judicial review, what they can do. However, obviously, there are restrictions to them because they can only do so much. So, there are certain things that can be done by Congress, right, to check the power of the Supreme Court. Anything that they pass could modify the impact of prior Supreme Court decisions. So, for example, when they overturned Roe v. Wade, and now states could essentially abolish abortion, Congress passed something that essentially made it so that the states could have some freedom in deciding what their abortion was going to be looking like what abortion laws they were gonna have. So it didn't make it like a national thing, it made it more like a state thing. The amendments also very much limit the power of the courts, because the amendments limit what government? Yes, the federal government, and exposure is part of the federal government. So they also have to make sure that those rights are being protected. Now this one, definitely, for sure, limits judicial power, as can be seen. Judicial appointments and confirmations. There are certain people who have been nominated to the position, but have never gotten the confirmation that they need to actually be Supreme Court justice. So it was right there in front of them, and it was taken away from them, right? Because Congress is the one that has to confirm them. If Congress doesn't confirm them, they don't get the job. And then just straight up ignoring the decisions, which is what Jackson did. And one of the many, many reasons why I do not like Andrew Jackson.
The $20 bill, dude?
Funny story about that. He did not want a bank to exist in America. He did not want a national bank. And he hated any bills higher than $10.
That's what making one.
So they purposely put him on the $20 bill to mess with him.
Wow.
So amazing and petty. But Jackson famously said, when he was going to force the removal of Native Americans in the 12 years, the Supreme Court was like, hey, you can't do that. And Jackson was like, stop me. And they couldn't. And they couldn't stop him. So they went ahead and did the 12 years. So that is possible, because the Supreme Court, again, doesn't really have anyone to back them up. Huh? The 12 years? They said that, the 12 years. It is when they force Native Americans to go from one state to another during the winter. So they essentially had to migrate.
It's like what monarch butterflies do.
Right, but
It's
they're
like more
not
forcibly.
butterflies. So a lot of them unfortunately died in the process. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you talked about it in US history. I'm pretty sure. I think it was somewhere in the south to, somewhere in the middle. They traveled quite a lot. They walked.
Wait, miss, where do they walk to and from?
From somewhere in the south to somewhere in the Midwest.
Like Louisiana?
I think it's west.
I think it was,
Mississippi.
it was somewhere in the Carolinas or Georgia, and they had to go to either Colorado or Wyoming.
They walked?
Yes, they walked. And the military was right next to them with their tents, and they did not give them tents, they did not give them anything.
No, that's like the movie, like you can't snowboarding.
No, they did, that's essentially what they did.
They couldn't stop walking?
They could only rest when the soldiers rested. But if there was like an old person and they needed to rest, they would just shoot them.
Wow.
It was really horrific, and Jackson was the one who wanted this because he wanted to use that land for his own.
Oh, the Native Americans. Oh, the Native Americans.
There's also been legislation that has impacted court jurisdiction, so it impacts what essentially the cases that the courts can look at, what power they have. It's kind of like the Armenian genocide, you kids remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing. They forced them to walk to a safe location, and then they just gathered them up and shot all of them.
That's terrible.
And the administration still says that they didn't do anything, to this day.
That's terrible.
Okay, so important court eras.
This is what we have to do.
Throughout our history, there have been 17 chief justices. Which is really not that many, considering how old America is, but again, how long are they in power for?
Forever.
Yeah, well, not forever, but until they die.
Miss, when did America start?
1776. Well, really, technically, I guess, 1789. Because that's when the Constitution.
Miss, the Chief Justices usually last a long time. Like
I mean,
old.
they get into power when they're like in their 50s.
That's bad.
So if they're lucky, 50 years,
50 years?
if they're lucky. Sometimes they retire a lot. So 30, 40 years.
They're like 90? What are they doing in there?
They're, I don't know. I guess they like the power. So, whenever a court decision is happening, it falls under the name of the Chief Justice of that particular time. So, for example, Marbury v. Madison was during the Marshall Court, because it was Chief Justice John Marshall. Who is our Chief Justice right now?
John Roberts.
Very good, John Roberts. So any decision that is passed right now is under the Roberts Court, yes.
That's so cool.
Would be if he was a good one.
Like, you'd have a court named after you. It's like,
I know, right? That's like wrong court.
Yeah.
Ooh. There are 5 important court eras that you should know, because they led to major decisions in landmark cases that you kids are going to be learning about. Yay. So, know these important court eras because that is where most of the landmark, all of the landmark cases, that's when they were decided. You don't have to know the entire Supreme Court at the time during those decisions, just know the Chief Justice, like his last name. Marshall's second. I mean, there's already 2 that we've talked about in Marshall.
Miss Marshall's first name was John.
Yes. Chief Justice John.
John Marshall. What about Marbury?
Barberry?
Marbury?
Oh, Marbury.
Marbury. I'm thinking like Burberry.
Forgot. It starts with a J though.
John.
I don't remember.
John Marshall.
Jefferson.
Jefferson Library.
Jefferson Marbury. Alright, first up, obviously the Marshall Court first. From 1801 to 1835, so he was Chief Justice for 30-something years, 34 years. Roberts has been in power since 2005. So it's been 21 years. The Warren Court,
Mr. Warren.
from 1953 to 1969. What happened during this time period?
Civil War.
No,
Era.
yes, the Civil Rights era.
Civil Rights era.
The Burger Court, yes.
Ha
that
ha
was
ha
his
ha
one.
ha ha.
From 1969 to 1986.
Oh, right now.
So this is, when states started to get their power back, right? From the federal court and from the federal government. Who was president in the 80s? Who I absolutely
Nixon.
despise.
Nixon.
Reagan.
Reagan.
Yes.
My brother.
The Rehnquist Court,
Oh, what?
it's a pretty cool last one.
Yeah.
1986 to 2005. This is when the Patriot Act was passed. Do we know what the Patriot Act is? No, this is where like essentially the FBI can listen in on any conversation that you have. They can read your emails, your text messages. Like all that information that you think is private is not. And they can read it whenever they want. That's because it's a Patriot Act. They don't need a warrant for it, they can just do it. As long as they believe it has something to do with the safety of the nation. Like if you're like texting your friend like, oh my god, I'm totally going to something, this government. That's like a little flasher appears and they start looking through your history. They start looking through your messages, they start looking through your emails, they start listening on your phone calls. And if they find out, oh, it was just like a joke, they're like, okay, and they back off. But,
Interesting.
yeah. So nothing you search is private. Nothing. Even if you put it on your little private tab, it's not private. Okay. It just doesn't show up in your history when people look for your history. But Big Brother is watching children. Always watching. It's like the monster thing. Always watching. Alright, then I have the Roberts Court. And this is from 2005 to question mark, cause he's still there. He's like 60 something.
This looks like the shortest, like, court.
Warren.
Yeah, Warren, I believe. Okay. So draw this. I'm just kidding. Okay. 5% of cases are from original jurisdiction, 30% are from state, 65 from the federal court system. So there are two different ways that you can appeal your case. These are the different districts within the state. So this is for the state route. This is our Supreme Court here in California. This is the federal route, these are called districts. There are all of these in our, they're like called circuit courts. And we're number 9. And then we get to scores. I will be posting that particular chart on Schoology, so please study it. Yes. Yes, it will. Questions of the chart will definitely appear. Alright, civil rights and liberties. Right, civil liberties, you have to know the difference between the two children, bless you. Okay, so civil liberties are like the basic freedoms that we have that are guaranteed to us by the Bill of Rights. Okay, these essentially protect individuals against actions by the government. So freedom of speech, freedom of petition, freedom of assembly. All of those are civil liberties because they are given to us by the Bill of Rights. On the other hand, civil rights, they guarantee basic rights to protect people against discrimination and unfair treatment from either other people or the government. So it is based off of the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. So, marriage, civil liberty or civil right?
Right.
Same-sex marriage, civil liberty or civil right?
Right.
Yes. Marriage is a liberty, same-sex marriage is a right. Does that make sense? Yes? The difference is, this is just already given to us. It's a given. We all have it. This is when we have to fight for it. If you have to fight for your rights, it's a civil right. If you don't really have to fight for it, and it's already written in the Bill of Rights, it's a liberty. Don't worry, I have an activity about this, that way you kids really know the difference between the two of them, because you definitely have to know.
Miss, so it's like liberties is like the starter pack, and then like rights is like you have to like earn it.
Yes.
Is it like,
Not earn it, but like,
You have to like beat the levels to get there.
so like white people like, that's like, that's not.
white people are definitely privileged, yes.
So like they're
Like, when they
0%.
bought the game, they came with it.
Oh, they bought okay.
Oh.
Everyone else has to buy the extension.
Like,
I know, it's not fair, but unfortunately, that's just how it is. Huh? Exactly. They got the code for the pre-order bundle that no one else got.
I hate this game, it's like, so mid.
This game is quite unfair, yes. Also, along the way, the game is gonna glitch, and you're gonna lose all of your progress. You're gonna have to start all over again.
Can I just play another game?
Unfortunately, no. You're stuck here.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a good way to explain it, Julie. I'm gonna steal that.
Dangerous. Can you give me credit?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why I said I was gonna steal it. I could say a student in period 3.
Same.
No, I'm not even gonna say that.
This is me, come on.
I'm not even gonna say that.
Just saying individual.
Not even, I'm just gonna be like, it's kinda like, I'm just gonna give the example.
Doing this no credit.
Absolutely no credit. only thing that I like do is I research certain like things to see if it's changed or if a law has passed that has changed it. Right now though, man, it's crazy. Cause all of the stuff that I'm teaching you is like not even being applied.
So watch it. Okay.
Because you should know what it should be like. Okay, so, these are all the notes, and we don't really have time to get to the assignment. But we're gonna do it anyway.
Oh, what?
I'm just kidding.